This is Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity. So I'm back. I'm in the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. I have read many books. And I'm going to go up here and talk to Grimda here in a second. I'm just going to look around. See if I can find anything hidden. So that is clearly the eye symbol of Wall. And possibly this painted eye seems to move whenever you turn your back. Oh, really? So I can go in the secret archives there, but first I'm going to talk to Grimda, who's apparently in charge here and is pissed because something's been stolen. Another unnecessary quick save. And let's talk to her.
Welcome.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you.
You're welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue their search.
She shoots the nearest robed figure a withering glare.
Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses.
I'd like to know more about Wal. Her smile reveals a row of crooked teeth.
That's the rub, isn't it? Wal is the god of things hidden and revealed. The more of the 100 visions one sees, the more one has yet to discover. Though we often call Wal he who sees and is not seen, it is neither male nor female.
She realized something. I still have the background music going. And another tab. There we go. That was a little bit confusing, wasn't it? Two sets of music playing at once. Okay. Now I have to bring my other stuff back up on the other screen because I'm so good at this. Okay, there we go.
It is neither male nor female. To assign any definitive characteristic to Wal is to miss another essential part of its divinity.
The 100 Visions?
A term of reverence for Wal's many revelations. Despite the name, they're infinite. Each epiphany leads to yet another enigma.
Anonymous says 3 sets of music for me as I'm playing in parallel. Wow, yeah, that's a lot of overlapping music. That's no good.
What else do you need?
Tell me about yourself.
I am the High Archivist of the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. She coughs loudly into her fist. And I am too old and too busy to be bothered with inane questions.
Even just 1 or 2? Kana sighs. What are they looking for? Maybe I could find it. Boom. Extra dialogue because I'm honest. She sizes you up, stroking her chin.
And I could trust you to bring it back, I suppose.
She scowls at the robed priests again.
You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot, anyway. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Wal. They intend to blaspheme by selling that which should remain hidden, a secret of the 100 Visions.
Her wiry eyebrows arch over her spectacles.
The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse and the road to Deerford.
Oh, really?
Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring back the scroll. Wal rewards the persistent seeker, and so do I.
An ancient scroll of Wal? There's a fine prize. I mean, a worthy task. I had questions about the missing scroll.
Ask.
It seems odd that a few burglars managed to steal from a place like this. Grimda huffs and squares her shoulders.
Some secrets Wal keeps even from me.
What's so special about this scroll?
Wal is the god of secrets. If I told you that, I'd cheapen it, wouldn't I?
She cackles.
It's a parable, the kind that nourishes the inquisitive mind and poisons the foolish.
Tell me what you know about the thieves.
Very little, except that they were foolish to believe they could steal from the god of secrets. That, and they were fleeing to a farmhouse.
How should I handle the thieves?
However you can. Kill them, rob them, leave them. It makes no difference to me.
She waves a hand and smiles grimly.
I'll consider it one of WoW's mysteries.
Let's talk about something else.
What else do you need?
Farewell. Boom, new task, the Parable of Wall. A group of thieves has stolen a scroll of Well from the Hall of Revealed Mysteries in Defiance Bay. The High Archivist Grimda wants me to track down the thieves and recover the scroll. Retrieve the stolen scroll. Grimda said that one of the thieves mentioned an abandoned farm on the path to Deerford. I have a lot of quests now. So, this is Deerford. This is the way to Deerford. I don't remember any abandoned farmhouses through there, but, okay. Alright, well.
Welcome.
Grimda glances down her spectacles. Ever inquisitive, I see. Very well. So, unless I'm going to go root around in the secret archives, which, of course, I am, there's not a whole lot else to do here. So this person says no entry into the archives without permission, and yet I picked the lock and I was able to go right in here before. So let's go ahead and save the game. And head right in here. And shut that door so that whatever I do in here is not observed. So, more books. Let's see what we've got here. The Queen That Was and Still Is I've already read, but I have not yet read Animancy in the Modern Age. Animancy is a science both respected and reviled, sometimes by the same person. For all the research done on the topic, we still know so little. Control over life itself. Something animancers have been working toward for hundreds of years. There are no real records of how the practice of animancy was first discovered, but once the spark of knowledge ignited, there was no stopping its inevitable discoveries. In 2260 AI, animancers, as a result of their extensive research, successfully contained and transferred a soul. The subject of the experiment, whose name is unknown, was young and wealthy, but infirm. The idea was to move his soul from the dying body and into that of a recently deceased man who had suffered an accident. The new body, bearing only slight decay, would house the soul, giving the man a much better life. The outcome of this experiment resulted in the condemnation and outlaw of animancy in the Adiran Empire. Again, while we have no true records of what happened, as they were all destroyed after animancy was outlawed, a journal was discovered, a makeshift confession by one of the participants. Excerpts from that journal follow. 2260 AI, Fon Prima 16. It is done, and the gods forgive us for our arrogance. I am not sure what I was expecting. Certainly not that. But what did any of us expect? Still, behind the revulsion there is a sense of pride, something I can't deny. All the research, the studying, everything we worked for. We thought we'd change the world. How it's changed. All was in place. The twisted form lying on the table next to its new vessel. The equipment had been prepared, the tinctures and potions all carefully crafted. Every detail painstakingly organized to ensure success. We most assuredly succeeded. The procedure went exactly as it should. The soul, extracted from the old body, held, bound in place to prevent it from moving on. Then the next step, transfer to the fresh vessel. It was beautiful and terrifying. I listened as they spoke the words of binding. I watched the soul move. Not the soul itself, of course, but the vapor we used to detect it. as it lowered into the vessel. A gentle luminescence covered the body, and then nothing. Silence. Darkness. I held my breath, afraid that even the slightest disturbance would destroy all our hard work. Then motion. Then, dear gods, then blood. How did I survive? I do not know. The vessel rose from the slab and the room breathed. Every person crowded around the tables exhaled. Some cheered. We had made life from death. We had become eternal. The body closed its eyes and tilted its head, looking for all purposes to be listening for something, or to it. Then its eyes popped open and it moved. Its lips peeled back from its teeth in a horrible expression of fury. It fell on the nearest man, tearing his throat, knocking him to the ground. Then the room erupted into screams, shouts, and a flurry of bodies running, pushing, doing everything in their power to get away from the creature sitting on their colleague. But right before that happened, in the split second before the chaos, when there was nothing in the air but a stunned, terrified silence, I heard it, sitting there on his chest, face at its neck, and it was feasting. So, moving bodies, souls into other bodies, generally not a good idea, apparently. Leads to horrible things happening. Who knew? Who could have possibly expected that tampering with souls and life and death would have horrible consequences? Come on. What did they think was going to happen? And then we have a desk here with a lot of stuff on it. And inside I find some nice scrolls. Hello, nice scrolls. So I found a scroll of defense, which he's got one of already, and I found a scroll of valor, which is quite nice. Big, huge radius, plus 15 accuracy for 20 seconds. It's pretty good. I don't know if anybody even has 8 lore. Durance has 7, and Kana has 7. Okay, so that's the answer to that question. Seriously, no trap on this, or lock, huh? I guess I was wrong. I guess I was very, very, very wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. So, I just didn't detect the trap, apparently. Wow, that trap fucked me up. Oh my god, the theorems of Pangram. Remember we read about... Oh, geez, now that's quite a thing to find. Theorems of Pangram. So it's a quest item. It says it's a grimoire, though. A heavy old book that carries the dust of centuries. The pages are as fine and thin as onion skin, and covered with obscure diagrams and notes on animancy. Yeah, wow. Remember, that's like the book that teaches you how to do animancy stuff, like the soul undead stuff. We read about it in here. I'm surprised that what's his name hasn't asked us to find those for him. Anonymous says, much more importantly, why would anyone attempt soul transfusion without securing the body safely in place to save you? Yeah, I know, right? Like, they could have just strapped the body down, right? Or put in, or kept him in a, you know, in a cage, or somehow secured it, like you say. No kidding. That seems like it would be a very basic precaution that they would have taken, but apparently not. So I just got my ass kicked by that trap, but I found the theorems of Pangram, which is, holy shit, it's kind of a big deal. And this is that Life of and Discoveries of Pangram book, which I think is the exact same one that I already read. Yeah. So I'm surprised Helig of Thine didn't ask for this, or maybe he will still ask for it at some point. Or maybe he already has his own copy, though, since he was one of the principals involved. And can I not open this door?
Hello.
Am I trapped in here?
Hello?
'Cause... Okay, I can open it. Open the door. Open it. Coming in here and shutting the door behind me might have been a terrible mistake. I could be trapped forever. This isn't good. Seriously, am I trapped forever? Come on. There we go. Okay, good. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! They're not happy that I went in there. Okay, I need to reload. Because I don't want that to happen. So... I think it's this one here that I'm reloading, right? So I was wondering why he just let me wander in there without even... But apparently they attack you when you come out. They're like, hey. So going in there and taking stuff. Now, I'm just curious. I know this is going to lead to another reload probably, but what if I don't open the chest? What if I just come over here and I'm like... You know, so I read this book. I already read that book. But what if I just take, like, these scrolls? But I don't actually steal anything from the... Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, they're not mad about me taking those scrolls. Like, maybe if I don't actually open that chest, we're cool. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think setting off the trap on that chest is what actually aggroed him.
Eh? Be cautious. Be constant.
So I don't have enough mechanics to even detect that trap, let alone disarm it. But see, I was able to get the other stuff. Okay, cool.
Hail, traveler.
The real question is, why do y'all have a copy of the Theories of Pangram in here? I can't get those books, of course. Alright, so I'm done in here. I have yet another task.
Hail and well met.
Okay, nothing new there. So let's get out of here. So I have now officially explored / done everything I can do for now in the entire Copper Lane district, which included a lot of sub-maps.
Let's see what lies this way.
So I can go to First Fires next, or I can go to Brackenberry. Or I can leave and go try to find this abandoned farm on the path to Deerford. I don't know where that would be, though, because I've been all through Woodend Plains and there was no abandoned farm. And I don't remember any abandoned farm at Stormwall Gorge. Unless there's another zone, like, up here somewhere. But I think I will go to... I have quest things both to do in both of these areas, so I'm thinking I'll go to Brackenberry first, though. Probably don't really need to be sneaky right now, but... I can't remember what quest I got from the... Oh, yeah, that's right. I need to go get dude's armor or whatever from the... Right, Sanitarium. Find the breastplate at the Crucible Knight place. So this is in Brackenberry. This is in First Fires. Tell somebody about the plot. Either Lord Raymont or AD, whoever AD is. Valiant Embassy, that's in First Fires. I don't know if I can talk to Grieving Mother some more or not right now.
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I had questions for you. Doesn't look like there's anything new here.
What? Yes? Yes? Yes, my friend?
Do you know anything about this place? Copper Lane? I suppose the jest is that you might as well be tossing your coin into the street as you walk. You'll find merchants here, along with blades for hire. The Goose and Fox is a fair tavern if you'd like to rest a while. I whiled away a few hours by the theater here in Copper Lane when I came here last. I hope those plays aren't intended to be historically accurate, though I wonder if our theology lessons wouldn't be improved by the addition of funny Orlands. Okay. Let's be on our way.
Of course.
Marchsteel. Oh, yeah, I could go do that. He's right here in this, Let's go talk to that merchant that has the dagger. This one, Temple of Wodica, which is also in First Fires. The cliffs I saw in my vision, too. Place can't be far from a big city, and it's by the sea, so maybe Andra's Gift. I guess it's possible that there was some cliffs at Anslog's Compass. I don't remember that, though. Or maybe the cliffs are down here somewhere. I have to go through Searing Falls. I don't know. Endless Paths. Right. Oh, and the Records Archive, which in the Ducal Palace, which I guess is probably also in First Fires. I'm not really sure. But I'm gonna go to Brackenberry. Six hours left on my craft haul. Oh yeah, no, I know what I'm gonna do. I forgot. I keep forgetting. I'm gonna go over here to where this merchant guy is. Igrun. Anything in particular you'd like to see? I'm looking for a particular dagger made of March steel. Just like the Crucible Knights use. Let me guess, you've been talking to that kid, right? He laughs and shakes his head. I'd be tempted to sell it to you anyways and let the little rascal learn his lesson, but a pack of adventurers already took it off my hands. Oh, did they? If March steel daggers were only given to Crucible Knights, how did you get your hands on one? Igran pauses mid-polish, his cloth slowing over the blade. A lot of steel passes through my hands, friend. I don't make it my business to ask where it all comes from. If you give me a small discount, really? I gotta go with this one, I think. I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but you should be careful about what you trade, and whom you trade it with. Trafficking in stolen goods is risky. He grunts. I appreciate the concern, but there's no need to worry. I keep my nose clean enough. Tell me more about the dagger. He oils the cloth in his hand. Made out of a high-purity iron ore that comes out of the White March Mountains. Traditionally, the smiths at the Crucible Keep smelted it into daggers and swords, which they only give to the Knights of the Crucible. Of course, I'd be surprised if that kid didn't already tell you all of this. He grins. Those adventurers you sold the dagger to, where are they now? Folk like that only visit Copper Lane to crew up at Admeth's Den Expedition Hall, or down a pint at the Goose and Fox. And since they weren't headed into the den, well, you got my best guess. Oh, they're that group that's upstairs at the Goose and Fox, I bet. Remember I said I was going to have to go back and have some dealings with them? Well, it looks like that's who they are. Addendum added. Right. Igrin, a weapon and armor merchant, told me that he already sold the dagger to a band of adventurers. He guessed they were headed to the Goose and Fox, a tavern in Copper Lane. Let's see what he's got. He has a blunderbuss, which I'm pretty tempted to buy because it should be pretty awesome for focus generation. I read about some of these items already. Oh yeah, and I do kind of want this helmet, but not right away because it's still very expensive. I'll take all the lockpicks though. What am I going to sell this guy? I can sell him a few things. The extra books that I'll sell them because I only need to keep one copy of each book for my personal. For my personal archiving. Okay. 1673, I will take it. Anonymous, so fascinating to see you pussyfooting around new zones. I myself prefer breadth first search as opposed to your depth first search, if you know what I mean. I think I finished Copper Lane the last of the city quarters. Yeah, I pretty much like to find everything possible on one area before moving on somewhere else, unless I'm doing something specific, like I have a specific goal that I want to accomplish first, like when I went through and got all the companions first. Then now that I have them all, I kind of want to just do like one place at a time is generally how and I tend to go to all the optional sort of things before I go to the main, whatever I have to do for the main story. So like I'm probably going to go to First Fires last because that's where I'm actually supposed to go. It's just an old habit from RPGs that like a lot of times in old games, maybe even so in some new games, you lose out on opportunities to like do certain side quests or have certain dialogues or whatever. If you do too much advancing of the main plot, then certain things become unavailable to you in some games. So like I'm used to kind of trying to like avoid advancing the main plot as long as possible. Of course, that's only to an extent. Like, cause this game's pretty open-ended, so I could really wander off over here and probably do a bunch of stuff in a bunch of side zones that I'm really not supposed to be at yet. So, I mean, now that I'm in Defiance Bay, I'm going to do everything I can in Defiance Bay before moving on into these other areas, but... So, yeah, you delay quests as much as I can usually. And this game actually backfired a little. Really? Well, that's not good. So now I'm going to go...
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Oh, hey, I can talk to her about it, too. That's interesting. Are you selling any daggers made of March steel? March steel? I wish I had something to sell you, but alas, I do not. Look for Igrin, the weaponsmith. He's the Amawa over there. He often has a robust selection. Best ask him. Anything I can do for you? Show me your wares. Does she have anything? Oh, yeah, she sells a bunch of really cool traps, but expensive. Okay. Are you selling a dagger made of March steel? She stands on the tips of her toes and points to a stall between the stairs. You must be looking for Igrin. See that tall Amawa over there? He sells weaponry. Anything else I can do for you? Show me your wares. So... I don't remember what she even has. I guess she just... Oh yeah, she's got a bunch of nice potions and scrolls. That's right. And gems. And this is the guy that has food. So I'm going to come in here and talk to this adventuring party, and I might get into a fight with them. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Come on, Pillar's attorney. Don't... Is she gone? Yeah, she is gone. Anything new, Bishop?
Gods keep you.
Ah, I can ask him about it too. Do you know anything about the March steel dagger? He raises his eyebrows. Haven't seen anything like that cross my bar, that's for sure. He thumps the smooth wood countertop. But I wouldn't wager against someone here having a blade like that. Check upstairs. I saw a group head that way not long ago, carrying plenty of steel. Goodbye. I just have a feeling I might have to fight these guys. We shall see.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
So here they all are. Gun guy, big barbarian guy. It's probably a priest. That's like a mage or something. He's like a rogue, maybe. I came up here and I talked to them before. So what I need to do...
Quit? Ah.
What? You can trust me.
Yes.
Of course.
Let's just make sure we're...
Quit?
Everybody's in a
Hey,
good position
all
in
right,
case...
then.
In case shit jumps off. Actually, everybody come over here.
Yeah, got it.
Tell me. Good.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Hey, of course.
What? Yes?
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Hey.
And as it turns out, you can't get through the gorge in Act 2. I've tried. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure how to get through the gorge. I know that in the backer beta you couldn't get through there. Alright, let's talk.
Good day, stranger.
Back again, I see.
did you buy a March Steel dagger from Igrun? He displays the blade. Oh, he has it. He displays the blade on a flat palm. I did, and a fine piece it is. I don't know of any more circulating in the city, outside the steel and the Crucible Keep, of course. I was trying to get it for a kid named Gordy. He blinks and kicks his feet off the table. A kid? This isn't a toy, you know. Get him a wooden sword. The Orlin woman leans over and punches his arm. Come on, Weeksel, if our friend here is willing to pay, what's the harm? Plenty, actually. That kid'll probably poke his eye out. Besides, I plan to use this dagger. Sooner than you expected, I'll bet. Just straight up attack. Which obviously is not what I'm going to do. How much would it take for you to change your mind? He turns the blade in the light, admiring it. Seeing as how there's a sudden demand for this, 100 pounds seems fair. That's not very much money. Interesting. Actually, I'll take it for free. You mean Igrun sold you March Steel for less? I wonder why he wanted to get rid of it so badly. Either that blade was stolen from the knights, or it's a fake. He looks from the dagger to you and back again. Oh, fine, but I won't take less than I paid for it. He pounds the table with a fist. I knew 50 pounds sounded too good to be true. I'll pay him 50 pounds, I don't care. Deal. He hands you the dagger, hilt first. Pleasure doing business with you. Is there something else you wanted? Okay, yeah, so we've talked to them. I kind of want to fight them, but it doesn't really fit my character to just attack them, so... something secret. I got the March Steel dagger from Weeksel. Gordy is looking forward to getting it, and I'm looking forward to hearing this big secret of his. Oh yeah, Weeksel's an Orlin adventurer visiting the Goose and Fox. He admitted to buying. Okay, so I have the dagger. It must just be a quest item, because it is. March Steel dagger. This dagger is of a fine make. The steel is strong and even, tapering to a razor-sharp blade. The seal on the pommel marks this as a weapon forged by the Crucible Knights. Okay, so it's just a fine dagger, basically. Oh, with a plus attack speed. So it's a pretty nice dagger, actually. Now, it went straight to my quest items. Could I pull this out and... I can't. I couldn't, like, pull this out and use it then. Right. No, apparently not. Okay. That's fine. I don't really want to use it, but...
Good day, stranger.
So I got the dagger.
All right, then.
I will go and give it to the boy. The woe of being the good guy, a whole party worth pile of loot walking away. I know, right? Like, I was hoping they would get bajiggity with me and I would, like, be forced to fight them, but I wasn't just gonna attack them out of the blue. My next time through the game, I will do everything differently than the way I did it this time. I will be much more of an asshole. Come on, pillars. Alright. So let's go back to the boy. Here he is. Gordy bounces on the payment. Did you get it? Do you have the dagger? Can I see it? So I can be a horrible person in a couple different ways, or I can just give it to him. I have the dagger right here. Gordy stops bouncing and stares at it, gaping in awe. It's so sharp! Toss him the dagger. Don't kill yourself or anything. Survival. Give Gordy the dagger. A deal's a deal. Here you go. He snatches it out of the air, heedless of anything else. He yanks it out of its sheath and holds the blade up to the light. I'm gonna be just like the Crucible Knights! He saws and chops at the air. Is this kid gonna, like, accidentally kill himself with the dagger and I'm gonna feel really bad? He flips the weapon into the air and grabs at the hilt, almost slicing his palm open in the process. His arms dart away from yours as he sheathes the dagger. Like, I didn't see that. So, about that secret. Gordy puts his hand up to his mouth and whispers loudly. I saw one of the actors hide something. Hey, I already found that thing hidden under the loose stone near the theater. Hide something under a loose stone near the theater. Probably nothing as good as a March steel dagger, though. Oh, nice. I can even say I already knew that. Great secret. I already knew that. Tell me something else. He scratches his head and wrinkles his brow. Sometimes my dad goes to Andre's gift without telling my mom. Some place called the Salty Mast. Oh, the Salty Mast is going to be some sort of brothel or something, isn't it? That's amazing. Here's a secret for you. Your dad doesn't love you or your mother. Thanks for wasting my time, you little dolt. That is very cruel indeed. Thank you for telling me, Gordy. Bye! Alright, so that didn't really help me out too much, considering I'd already found that item. But, you know, hey. Gordy and I made a fair trade. I gave him his dagger and he told me about the loose brick by the theater.
Keeping an eye out.
Unless there's some other loose brick by the theater. Anonymous says, yeah, my second run, the first isn't finished, started with a certain caravan being slaughtered after its master implied that my new character has a weak stomach. Oh, you killed all the guys at the caravan yourself? That's amazing. That is brutal. I never even thought about doing that. But I guess you can, huh? I mean, this game pretty much lets you attack anybody you want. Like, if I wanted to just butcher everybody in Defiance Bay, I could, I suppose. There must be a few characters that are unkillable for plot reasons. I'm not sure, though. Well, I'm pretty sure this is just the same brick that I already found, but you never know. Maybe there's a different loose brick over here. Seems extremely unlikely. We know this chick's suspicious, but...
Let's see what lies this way.
Oh. Catriel is done escorting the supplicant. She's back. That's good. Wait, kidnapping? Lord Sidrock has been kidnapped from the stronghold. What? Can I go get him or something? Send rescue, I can. Or I can... 2,500 copper. Hell no. I can send somebody to rescue him. That's kind of cool. Finished in 2 hours. Well, yeah. Let's send Haravius to handle that. We'll see how that plays out. Yeah, clearly there's no other brick other than the one that I already... wonder who this AD is. Hey, where's all the rest of my books? Did I accidentally sell both? When I sold all those books that I had 2 of. Oh, well that's a bummer. I didn't really mean to do that. Oh well, at least I know where they are. They're all on that one merchant. As far as NPCs in this game are Valar Morghulis, but you get game over if you kill those. Oh really? So if you kill a plot essential NPC, it game overs you, huh? That's interesting. AD. So maybe I will discover who this AD is and alright, let's go to Brackenberry. It's gonna take us 12 minutes.
Keeping an eye out.
So here in hey, there's cliffs. I wonder if this is where I can find the guy. I don't know. So there's Raymont Manor. So if I wanted to go tell Lord Raymond about the plot, that's where I would go. There's the Charred Barrel. Probably a more upscale tavern. House Dominel. Oh, they love me there. Hadred House. The Sanitarium. And the Way to First Fires. So this is a much smaller zone, it looks like, than... I really would like it to not be nighttime. I guess it's about to turn daytime in a second. Nana says, luckily very, very few characters are essential. Mass Murder Simulator 2015, thanks Black Isle, I mean Obsidian. Yeah, there's even an achievement called, like, Super Murderer or something, where if you finish the game having killed, what, like at least 1,500 characters, you... See, I've killed 702, and I'm not even halfway through the game, so I'm sure I'll get that 1,500, probably, the way this playthrough's going. Only the best soldiers get to patrol the palace. Is that you, then? Guard acknowledges your presence with a quick nod. We defended Defiance Bay back in Duke Hadred's day. Alright, well, congratulations on being... So now the sun's starting to come up because it's 6. But it's still fairly dark. So...
Time for a nap.
People are starting to get tired already, huh? Maybe I'll go inside the Charred Barrel here and rest. If indeed it's an inn, which I suppose it probably is. Looks innish. Seriously though, oh look at this. How close am I? 5 XP away. It always does this to me. It always does this to me. Every time I'm about to level up, it always has me like 5 XP away, 1, 2 or 3 XP away. Like, just as it just fucks with me. Well, this place is pretty upscale looking. Wow. There's Naunton. Hey, I've met Naunton before. I can't remember where I met him or who he is, but I know I've dealt with Naunton before. Here's Thristwin. And what did he just say? Heartless bitch. So we have a really nice person here who's has some lovely misogynistic things to say. Fucking Thristwin. Oh, Ingrid. And Naunton. Yeah, I remember them. He's the one that led his friend to be killed by the bear so that he could hook up with his friend's wife, who was Ingrid. They were in Gilded Vale, and I was very kind to them. I let them go and gave them some money. And here I've run into them again, so they're gonna really like me, apparently. They better. There's a noble. Each plate and utensil has been polished to a spotless shine. The thin-stemmed goblets ring melodiously at the strike of a fingernail. Okay. What's up with you, Thristwin? Oh, hey, my craft hall is done. Cool. Got a lot of security and prestige now. Okay. I'm not going to build these walls yet. They're expensive. Chapel's pretty expensive. I could build my forum finally. Or I could fix up my house. That's cheap. Let's, restore the hearth at Bright Hollow. Hello? Okay. Says it's already in progress. One day. Alright. Let's talk to Thristwin. The young elf is dressed in gaudy robes that he seems ready to cast off. He picks at a heavily brocaded sleeve and continually adjusts the gold chain around his neck. He looks up at you.
Did she send you to run me out of town? You can tell her I'm not going anywhere without that medallion. I told Cyril I wouldn't let her sell it. If that's what you're here about, then save yourself the trouble.
He puffs up his chest but glances at the exit. If I were after you, you'd already be an oozing pulp under the table.
Luckily for you, today's my day off. I'm just here for a drink.
He watches you and hesitates for several seconds. Finally, he gives a nervous chuckle.
You had me for a moment. I wouldn't put it past her to send someone like you, though.
What do you mean, like me?
Cyril's a courtesan over at the Salty Mask
in Ondra's Gift. Okay, so it is a brothel.
We've been working together for over a year now. I find a noble with more money than sense, fill him up with liquor, and send him her way. They have a good time, and Cyril takes her fee, and a little extra.
So that's sounding a little bit shady, but fuck the nobles, so I don't really mind.
He rubs his fingers together. 100 copies here, a trinket there. It's a bounty for us, and these lords and ladies never notice anything missing.
Better not try anything with me. No harm done then.
That's dishonest.
He narrows his eyes.
It's surviving.
He points a finger, and one ruby ring catches the light.
If those nobles have more wealth than they can hang on to, why should they keep it? Anyway, we always split the bounty, until a week ago.
He squeezes his lips into a tight frown.
She takes a necklace off some noble. It's an Ingwithan medallion, damn near priceless. That relic is sacred to my clan, but she won't part with it for any sum I could afford.
He tugs at the gold chain around his neck.
And even if I wanted to, I can't go home without it.
Sacred to his clan, huh? Something about this is not adding up. Let's see about getting the medallion.
Tell me more about your situation.
He picks at the hem of his sleeve.
What do you want to know? What makes this medallion so important to you? I grew up in Air Glanfath with the Shattering Spear clan. We Glanfathans have protected Ingwithan ruins for thousands of years. It's the one duty the gods ask of us in exchange for the freedom to live as we please.
He fidgets with an emerald ring on his pinky.
But treasure hunters looted the ruins in our territory, and we left the wilds we dwelled in for generations.
I don't know that this guy is telling the truth. Most of my clanmates scattered to towns around the Deerwood and probably live on crusts of bread. He looks at his embroidered robes with disgust. Restoring this medallion to the ruins would earn us the gods' forgiveness. The shattering spear could go home. This is all rather fascinating. A single medallion to earn the gods' favor and so return home? It rather reminds me of, a story I heard somewhere. You seem like you've done well enough for yourself. He clenches his heavily adorned hands. It was this or scrape by in the gutters like the rest of my clan, but I'd give it all for that medallion. I offered to, but it's worth more than anything I've got, and Cyril knows it. Tell me about Cyril. She's a courtesan at the Salty Mask, over in Ondra's Gift. She wasn't born to much, but she's done what she has to in order to escape that. He gazes at a string of amber beads around his wrist. She's a good friend. He folds his arms in his trailing, wrinkled sleeves. Without her, I'd probably be living hand-to-mouth like the rest of the Shattering Spear. But this isn't about her or me. It's about the 40 people in my clan and the way of life we've held to for generations. I don't trust him. I still don't understand why you can't take your money and return to Erglanfath. He sighs, arching his neatly plucked eyebrows. Of course I could, but that's not the point. A community isn't a place, it's a connection to history and meaning. He makes circles with his wrist. Like an anchor. Defending the ruins for the gods gave us a purpose. Without that, we're adrift. Does this make any sense to you? I'm not sure yet. He looks at you almost with pity. I don't know how else to explain it. That's all I wanted to ask. So, will you help me get the medallion? You're both a couple of cheats, and you're finally getting what you deserve. Good riddance. What could you possibly understand about what Cyril and I have worked for? He waves a hand. I don't need help from an outsider like you. Talk to Cyril at the Salty Mast. Yeah, I want to get her side of the story before because I don't trust this guy at all. He's got way too many riches to be what he says he is, I think. I met a young Glonfatha named Thristwin at the Brackenberry Inn. He and a prostitute named Cyril worked together fleecing wealthy nobles until she came into possession of an Ingwithan medallion. Now she wants to sell it, but he wants to bring it home to his broken clan. Talk to Cyril at the Salty Mast and Ondra's Gift. Cyril has the Ingwithan medallion, but she won't give it up easily. She's a prostitute at the Salty Mast, a brothel. Yeah, we'll talk to her before we decide what we want to do about this. Thristwin scowls and fidgets with his rings. I'll get that medallion back without your help. I'll see about getting the medallion from Cyril. You'll find her at the Salty Mast. The only way anyone sees her these days is by paying, so you'll have to go through Maya. He fidgets with his sleeve. But whatever you do, please don't hurt her. Well, at least he doesn't want her hurt. That's a good sign. Thristwin suggested that I pay Maya if I want to speak with Cyril. Alright. We'll see.
Secrets whisper here.
We'll see. The Char Barrel is the finest inn in the city if you're looking for lodging. He's had a few drinks. Despite what you may have heard, nothing unusual goes on at the sanitarium. These days, it's rare to find folks who do much just for strangers. We're very lucky to have Dunreed Road based in Brackenberry. It makes the district feel safer. House Dominel has a dark reputation, but they're perfectly good neighbors. The sooner Lord Raymond commits his crazy daughter to the sanitarium, the better. Oh, crazy daughter, huh? So that's what I'm into. Crazy girls. I like crazy people in general. Crazy people are the best. Lord Gatterman! I never would have believed it. Well, who's Lord Gatterman? Okay. Hey. I believe I shall take some free meat here. Thank you, though. Understudy. Oh, some more theaterishness here, huh? Theaterishness, yes. Okay. I have a feeling that these are, you know. So let's talk to Nanton and Ingrid and all that. Nanton owes us big.
Begging your pardon. Oh, it's you! It's good to see you well. We've had a few rough days here, but then we found this place, and they were kind enough to hire us both. Things have been wonderful. I can't tell you how much we appreciate what you've done. That's it. It's hard work, but good wages. Can't complain. Gods keep you. Are you staying at the inn? I'll set aside an extra pillow for you.
Oh, an extra pillow. You don't say.
The fine space is so much grander than Gilded Vale. I'm glad we came.
Well, yeah. Gilded Vale was a little crap hole. Alright, what about you, noble?
House Dominar has a dark reputation, but they're perfectly good neighbors.
He's kind of saying the same stuff as the last drunk merchant, drunk noble. Business around here took a hit when Stowart's mines dried up. Lord Gadam, I never would have believed it. Nice to see somebody cares. Okay. Despite what you may have heard, nothing unusual goes on at the sanitarium. Alright, so saying the same. Oh, I see why they've been saying that to me about grim times. I'm glad that not everyone takes things. It's because I have a certain amount of clever reputation. Kind of like the whole honest thing and the caring thing. Those have to do with my personality reputations. Alright, same things they're saying. Well...
Eh?
I'm afraid
Laying low.
Got it.
I'm gonna have to help myself to the contents of this barrel. Because that's what adventurers do. Anonymous says, I was scared for a moment that I missed on SimCity reputation by stomping these two murderous bastards back in Gilded Vale. Yeah, I know. I was tempted to, because they were kind of horrible, or at least him, and she was sort of in on it too, though, wasn't she? So. Oh yeah, free beer. Boom.
Well met, friend.
Abelhart Scarian. The man is dressed in neat but functional clothes. His sun-wrinkled skin and limber musculature reflect a life spent in the wilderness. Well met. What brings you to the Shard Barrel? Are there any adventures here that I could hire? Indeed. Take your pick. So right, standard adventure hiring. His rooms are Criminal's Getaway, Perception and Survival. And nobles say +4 intellect. Wow. That is a lot of intellect. That's nice. Real nice. What's he got? He's got beef loaf, he's got savory pie, pearlwood chicken. He's got some cocoa. Some cheese. Every one of these places has cheese. Camping supplies. Wow, look at how expensive these dragon meat and egg dishes are. Gee whiz. And they're not that good. I mean, not for that kind of money. Stew. Alright, so some of the same basic foods that we're finding everywhere else. I don't have anything new to sell, do I? That I want to sell right now. Some of this stuff I'm holding on to just in case. No, I'm not gonna. Wow, Opal sells for 150. Okay, most of this stuff doesn't sell for much. Of course, I wouldn't sell it anyway because I'm going to use it for enchanting and, you know, making scrolls and stuff. Okay. So let's talk to him some more.
Well met, friend.
What can I get you?
Is this your place?
It's my retirement.
He thumps the bar.
Used to be a warehouse back when Brackenbury saw more ship traffic, but it fell out of use when the area became mostly residential. I inherited it from some great uncle who'd never had any luck pawning it off on my cousins. Now it's the most popular spot in Brackenbury. The nobles come to unwind, and kith from other districts come to mingle.
He leans closer.
We get a few rough types too, but they behave in here. Besides, their coin's as good as anyone else's.
Who are you?
I was a cartographer for the Duke for decades.
He rubs his neatly stubbled cheek.
Crossed the White March half a dozen times and mapped most of the ruins of Dane Bog.
He grins, flashing a gold tooth.
A good career, but one suited to younger men. When I came back to Defiance Bay for good, Cliver and a few other friends in the Knights helped me get the rights to refurbish this place. There's strong ale, quality entertainment, and a fresh sea breeze.
He raises a mug.
What more could a man want?
Show me your menu.
Good day to you.
Let me see your rooms. So, don't think I really want to stay in one of these rooms right now, even though I do kind of need to rest.
What?
I guess I don't need to rest right yet.
Good day, stranger.
And then there's Ingrid.
It's hard work, but good wages. Can't complain.
So nothing new she has to say to me since I spared their
Alright,
lives
then.
and gave them money and sent them here to not be killed, but instead have a good life. Okay. Oh no, I can't right now. I just can't deal with them right now.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Here's a cook. Let me guess he's gonna yell at me to get out of the kitchen.
Please don't track dirt into my kitchen. The patrons here are particular. I have to get the fire just right for pigeon pie.
The oven smells of roast game hen and baking bread.
Come back for one of our dinner shows.
Okay. I can go downstairs, huh?
What?
Guess you get the fire just right
If
for
it
pigeon
makes you
pie,
rest
apparently.
easier.
Got it. Eh? Sure.
But there's free stuff over here, and I want it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it though. It's just spirits. Oh, I can go upstairs also. So this place has all kinds of floors. They're saying the same stuff as before. They're being kind of mean about Lord Raymont's crazy daughter. Hello, understudy. Just warming up. The scripts and props belong to a production of The Most Unfortunate Tale of Favia and Bernat. Hey, I've read The Most Unfortunate Tale of Favia and Bernat. On 1, 2. There was a fair maid from Manchense. A wanderer from southern lands. Oh yeah, this is the one that sounds like it's gonna be a ribald limerick and then turns out not to be. Though she set all the lands to a frenzy. So Was my heart she held in her hands. Okay. So, some acting takes place here, but not at the moment, apparently. Alright, here we go. Despite my sore throat from so much reading, I have a feeling there is going to be a couple of vibrant memories here. Here's Hannah Orakos with her scale armor and her ponytail. And a vibrant history. Imagine that. Let's see what it says. Thank God it's short. You see a woman clad in expensive finery. Her eyes flash as he interrogates a trembling rack on the ground. Reaching into his pocket, her hand curls around an address, and she smiles grimly. Moments later, she is in a bedraggled alleyway, her pace quickening. Her braids trail around a corner, and she is upon them, or perhaps they are upon her. The action does not last as she easily dispenses of man after man, searching their faces, clothes, shouts for something she fails to find. Frustrated, she moves on, but not quickly enough as an Orlan attacks her from behind, the seal upon his finger glittering with malice. What? The woman's eyes alight upon it as she twists to evade his blow, and her eyes burn bright. Perhaps this was not a wasted trip after all. So maybe she's some kind of bounty hunter or something. Okay, Victar, with your leather armor and your dark skin and your, what is that little dagger there, and your purple pants. Vibrant history, reach out. Fuck my life. Okay. You see a large group of people. Wait, I'm gonna drink some water. You see a large group of people gathered in the common area of a large inn. This man is standing in the midst of the people, engaged in conversation with someone. He is smiling and talking gregariously, moving from person to person with ease. He is able to extract himself from one conversation and insert himself into another without a break in his stride. He kisses the hand of a well-dressed woman, dipping her, then twirling her back into the arms of her escort. He moves on to another group, slapping someone on the back while laughing at a joke, and then he's off again. Sliding between people, hugging someone, shaking hands, he never stops. Finally, he seems to have hit his limit, and he excuses himself from the gathering, much to the dismay of everyone there. He smiles and waves as he leaves, making a little bow with a flourish of the hand as he closes the door. Once he is away from the inn and around a corner, he pulls several objects from a concealed pocket in his jacket. He looks at each one in turn, a necklace, a brooch, a couple of coin pouches, and a small jewel. Smiling, he pours the money into his palm and quickly counts it, still aimlessly wandering the streets. He passes a beggar who holds out a bowl to him, pleading for a pittance. The man stops, smiles at the beggar, and drops all the coins into his bowl. Then he walks off, whistling happily. So he's a pickpocket, but he's sort of a Robin Hood. He gives away the money to a beggar. Well, that's nice. Let's see what's downstairs.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Bandits and a bandit leader. Why do I get the feeling I'm about to get into a fight? Quick save. Oh, I have enough experience to level up just from discovering a map. Awesome, let's do this. Yay, level up. Okay, so here's my character. And I can do my skills. Let's see here. I need to raise mechanics pretty badly. And I can't raise stealth or lore, so save those 3 points. Oh, another 3rd level power, or another 2nd level power, or another 1st level power. Let's see. Soul Ignition doesn't seem that good. You have to hit their fortitude, and then the damage is over a very long time, so I don't know. It's not bad. It's a big AoE debuff. Hobbles and weakens one enemy for quite a while. Oh yeah, a beam of nonsense. Amplified thrust actually seems kind of good. Recall agony. Oh look, it's a cellar I've never seen before. Boom, I'm better at mechanics and know some more trivia. Yeah, right, Anonymous? I just walked into a cellar and all of a sudden I'm better at my class. I'm thinking... I think I want to take this amplified thrust one. I like the fact that it's got a push. You cast it on an ally, it's fast speed, so that'll get somebody off of, you know, if I've got somebody harassing one of my characters and I need to break the engagement, and it also does a decent chunk of damage for being fast. So I'm going to take Amplified Thrust and try that out. Ooh, I finally get a talent. Don't care about this one, but Draining Whip. Draining Whip is kind of what I've been wanting. I mean, there's a lot of other ones that would be good, like Deep Pockets, Fast Runner, Shot on the Run. Ooh, I'm gonna get that for my tank at some point. You know, Penetrating Shot would be awesome. Gunner, Marksman. All of those sound really good. Or just a weapon focus of whichever, Arbalest and Arquebus. Oh yeah, weapon focus soldier would be glorious as well. But I think I have to take Draining Whip first to focus on hit. Which, if I use a blunderbuss, that should generate a shit ton of focus. So Draining Whip it is. And there you have it. Done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she has 40 starting focus now too. So Amplified Thrust. Yeah, I like that.
No problem.
I don't know if I need to reload.
Your thoughts must flow deeply.
I think
indeed.
we're all reloaded already, but let's make sure.
Following your lead. Of course. On your word.
Okay. So we had a nice level. If she leveled up, that means everybody else has got to be close. Yeah, real close. Real close on some of them. Kana will be next. The next seller we discover, he'll level up. Yeah, I think this is about to be a scrap, though.
Tell me.
Of course.
We'll see, though. Maybe not.
Hey.
They're not going to just jump us as soon as we walk up. We get to actually talk to them.
Tell me.
Hey.
It's usually pretty quiet down here. That's what the boss likes about it.
Even with Dunwood Road down the street, people don't ask too many questions here. At Brackenbury, this place is pretty low-key. I like rubbing elbows with all those fancy types upstairs. It's usually pretty quiet down here, even with that. Okay.
Of course.
Bandit leader. Oh. There's like not even going to be a real conversation here. Just having a little chat with my associates. Skerian has an excellent Valiant Red on the rack over there. So there's just a group of bandits and like... can't even, you know, initiate any kind of nonsense with them. That's fine. I guess they're just doing their thing. I'll leave them alone. Is there, in fact... The proprietors collected a respectable variety of bottles from around the world, from tart Adira Reds to the sweet summer wines of Rawatai. I get some rice, thank you. And flasks of the infamous Soul Burn of the Deadfire Archipelago are nestled next to Crystal Clear, Nasataki, and Glamfellan spirits. So he's got quite a wine cellar here, and I can't steal his booze, apparently. Pale yellow and deep amber whiskeys from the Deerwood and the Living Lands rest side by side. So yeah, he does have quite a collection. And this chest... The thing about this chest is...
Sure.
I need to sneak over here. That's all that's in there is some white leaf? Okay. Nothing else down here of note. Nothing hidden? No secret passages or anything? Well, let's go upstairs, because discovering the second floor of this place will probably make Kana level up. Kana has enough experience to level up. Excellent. There's a pirate there. Okay. Kana looks ridiculous with that hat. Alright. I think his stealth is okay for now. Let's bump his lore up so I can use those scrolls that require 8 lore. And save the other 2 points. You get a new invocation. My first second rank invocation. Okay, let's read about these. At the sound of his voice, the killers froze stiff. Paralyzes enemies in the area of effect. I'm pretty damn certain that's the one I'm going to take, because you know how I love me some paralyze. It's a big fucking cone, and it paralyzes for 10.8 seconds. That is gorgeous. That is a good spell. Gurnzish slew the beast, but soon faced its kin. Conjures 3 worms into existence to fight for the party. That's not bad too, because we've seen how badass worms are. They hit pretty hard with their fire breath from a distance. So that would be a pretty nice thing to do as well. My son, do you see your sisters across the moor? Amasses stray soul fragments to form 2 will-o-wisps for a fight for the party. It's another good one, because will-o-wisps cause confusion. So those would be pretty awesome to have on my team also. Rennie Darrett's ghost spake. I'll catch you, Ben Fidel. Causes enemies in the area of effect to be terrified. That's not bad. Shatter their shackles, cast off their chains. Decreases the duration of and defends against hobbled, stuck, paralyzed, and petrified effect for allies in the area of effect. That's not bad. Oh shit, an AoE charm. The lover cried out to the beloved, I am yours. Stirs something deep inside enemies in the area of effect, charming them. A nice conal charm is good, but no, I think it's going to have to be the paralyze. As much as the the worms or the will-o-wisps would be awesome. I think it's going to have to be the AoE Paralyze first. So he gets a talent. He doesn't have any class talents. Deep Pockets would let him have a couple more scrolls. He could have a weapon focus with like pistols, blunderbusses, arbalest, arquebus, gunner for reload speed. Penetrating shot. I could give him fast runner since he's always my puller. A lot of these would be nice for him. I don't know that he's really locked down to any particular weapon type, though. I mean, yeah, he's using pistols right now, but he might end up using arquebuses or arbalests at any time in the future. So taking one of these weapon focuses doesn't seem like the best. Marksman seems good, but he's not always distant enough. I mean, yeah, generally Marksman is good. Gunner would be good, because whether he's using crossbow, arbalest, or a firearm, the reload speed will always be helpful. Same with penetrating shot. 5 range DR bypass with any kind of ranged attacks is nice. But I think for him, since he's my lore guy and he's actually got decent might and intellect, so he's good at using scrolls, I think I will actually give him Deep Pockets, so he can have 2 more different types of scrolls equipped at once. Kind of makes the most sense for Kana, I think. Yeah, I'm doing it. It's not necessarily the min-maxed choice, but
Following your lead.
it'd probably be nice for him to be able to use more. Like he can have Ray of Fire. And that revival scroll too. Yeah.
Of course.
On your
And
word.
now he has this awesome... It seems like a pretty big AoE cone. I can't actually see. Well, like, how big is this cone? 4.47, 90-degree cone. 3.72. Oh, yeah, see, it's a much bigger cone than the lightning cone even, and that's a pretty good-sized cone, so that's going to paralyze a lot of enemies. That's awesome, actually, because paralyze makes them a lot easier to hit, and, you know, they can't do anything to you at the same time, so...
Yes?
Is that... average speed? Average, average, average. Okay, well, all of his stuff goes off pretty fast, so...
All right, then.
Anything secret hidden around over here? Nobles, Lord Gatterman. Nothing new there. Oh, look, Merwith. That sounds really familiar for some reason. Do I know who that is? Have I heard of that person? Don't know. I might get into a fight with some pirates here, though, so I need
Yeah?
to be prepared for that.
Tell me, I understand.
Huh? All right, then.
If it makes you rest easier.
Hey,
Captain takes a shore leave with the rest of us.
Arr, I love seeing the folks on those nobles' faces when we show up. Nothing like a good port while at port.
And here's the captain. Merwith watches you through kohl-rimmed eyes. She puts her hand on the hilt of her blade, jangling the jewels that hang from her wrist.
We don't know each other, stranger. Best we keep it that way.
You don't seem like a Brackenbury local.
I'm a sailor,
She gives you a half smile.
and a liberator of certain goods.
Merwith casually fingers a large earring.
And the nice thing about the snobs here is that they're usually too polite to ask more.
What brings you to the charred barrel? Merwith raises an eyebrow.
What's it look like? Good wine and a little peace and quiet.
She flips a copper coin with her thumb.
And Skirian doesn't ask too many questions.
I'll be going. So apparently I'm going to have to deal with her for something later, so I'll have some quest or something, because she's not just here for no reason.
If I wanted company, I'd go to the Salty Mast.
Merwith's gold tooth catches the candlelight.
What is it this time?
I'll be going.
of course.
Let's see what lies this way.
And this? This map charts routes through the White March. Well, that seems like a useful map. And in here? Hidden stuff? No? An ixamidal water jug fashioned from white clay. How nice. Oh look, potions and stuff. Here's a chest that unfortunately I cannot open. This is an interesting looking figure. Mort Dugest. Death god-like, smoking a pipe. This map of the Deerwood and Air Glanfath appears to predate the discovery of some of the ruins in the east. It's signed by the cartographer A. Scarian. Ah! The guy downstairs, he said he was a cartographer. This ashtray is painted with colorful waves and whorls in the style of Rawatai.
Why
Ooh,
not?
I can unlock
There.
this.
Done.
Inside is a bunch of copper. Well, let's just come out here for a second.
Eh?
Gonna need you to become unseen. Need to go steal that. Anonymous says, if I ever make a game, I will put named NPCs with minimal dialogue who serve no function for the plot everywhere just to screw with metagamers. Yeah, that'd be funny. Well, it seems like they did that in this game, didn't they? I mean... How come I can't... There we go. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Alright, I have a feeling that Kilassus and Ileana Renault are... Wait a minute, I just thought of something. Ah, so the orange nameplates, that's what they mean by that. When you do the tab thing to light everybody up, you see how their normal nameplates are just the normal background color of the regular tooltips? But then these guys, and same here, but then these guys who are the vibrant memory ones have that. So that lets you know, like, if you don't want to bother with vibrant memory people, just don't even talk to them. Of course, I am committed to reading everything, so I must read all of the vibrant memory descriptions, even though they're basically irrelevant to the game. And they were not even written by Obsidian. I feel like I owe it to the backers who backed this game for enough money to write one of those, to read these out. Because they made the game happen. Because I don't know how much money you had to back for to be able to write one of those, but it was quite a lot. Because I backed the game for $85 and I wasn't able to write anything like that. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Reach out for the soul. You see a group of children shouting, twisted laughter erupting from two small mouths. An eyeless boy, face grown over with strange black tusks, cowers against a log. His small shoulders shake as he whispers to himself, trying to block out the relentless trail of insults. Freak, monster, death head. The boy stays long after the other children leave. Anonymous says $1,000 and there are 112 of them. Fuck my life. Well, I feel like I've already read at least 50 of them. I've read so many of these. See, if they donated $1,000, they deserve to get their thing read by me on my stream. Yeah, that's $112,000. That is a pretty significant amount of funding that they provided. You see the same eyeless boy, now a man, many years later. Another group crowds him, but this time it is an audience. He tells a long joke about a ghost in a privy, and by the time he reaches the punchline, the crowd is yelling, starting to sound very much like the first. So he was picked on as a kid because he was a crazy godlike, and then he became a comedian, or a jester, a joker. And you, Colossus? Vibrant history, reach out for the soul. Well, he certainly has a lot to say. Hold on. You see a pair of chain gloves sitting on a table between two men. The gloves are inlaid with gold runes and glow with a faint blue aura. This man stands on one side of the table, and across from him is another man dressed in arcane robes. The man retrieves a small pouch and hands it to the wizard, telling him to count it to ensure his entire payment is there. The wizard smiles, giving the man a half bow, and then empties the pouch into his hand. You wanted these gloves protected from thieves and other unsavory characters, he says, dropping the coins piece by piece back into the bag. Put them on, and they will never leave you. The man slowly slips his hands into the gloves, a look of satisfaction on his face. His smile falters a little once they're on his hands. The gloves flash briefly and then start making a light metallic tinkling noise. The look of satisfaction quickly becomes one of concern, and he grabs at the gloves, trying to pull them from his hands. His fingers tug at the openings, but they have shrunk, trapping his hands inside. The metal begins to work its way into his skin, small drops of blood appearing on the surface of the gloves. The man drops to his knees, fighting with them and crying in pain. The gloves constrict until they have completely shrunk around the man's hands, becoming one with the flesh. The man looks in horror at his hands, then up at the wizard, who has finished counting his money and is standing at the door. You certainly won't be losing them now, he says, stepping through the door, slamming it behind him, leaving the man on the floor staring at his hands. Yeah, that sucks when your gloves get enchanted permanently into your hands in a vicious and painful way. Well, that's what you get for hiring a wizard to do anything. Lesson learned. Ileana Reynaud. Ileana Reynaud. Vibrant history. Reach for the soul. You see a woman sway, her voice floating gloriously above the court, lilting and sweet. It twists around them, and they smile, enraptured, as she palms their hearts one by one. She begins to dance, but something in her step is offbeat. She pauses, confused, a snatch of some foreign sound in the air, competing, resisting. It takes her a moment to spot him, a small man with a single brow, chanting under his breath, disrupting her song with his staccato incantation. She intensifies the dance, the swing of her hips wider, her feet a flicker above the square, tile ground, the underlying chant in her own song more persuasive. His lips twist intently, vibrating with the effort of countering her charm. And then, a note, crystal clear, bright and tinkling. He begins to smile dazedly as her song continues, and he forgets all about resisting. She has won the day and the court. So, Bard Battle. Battle of the Bards. A song off. And she won, of course, because she looks like the type who would win a thing like that. Okay.
Keeping an eye out.
We are done here on the second floor of the Cracker Barrel, or whatever it's called. The Blackened Barrel, the Dark Fiery Barrel, the Charred Barrel, right. So...
Hello.
we are done here. Craft hall done. We're rescuing Sidrock. Aloth's off on an adventure. We got 13 hours left to fix our hearth up. Okay. Hour 20.
Eyes open.
So it was hour 6 when I went in there. And it's been 14 hours that I was inside that place. Didn't really feel like that long. So here we have the Raymont Manor. I can go in there and apparently tell Lord Raymont, hey, somebody's planning to steal your shit. Or I can go tell, ooh, what's this all about? Oh, cool, I can climb up to that window. Well, I'm not going to do that right now, but that's pretty cool that I can.
My eyes are peeled.
And then we've also got House Dominel. Oh yeah, if I go in there, I'll probably get in a fight because those people do not like me. And what else is over here? That's the way to First Fires. That's the sanitarium. I thought they said that Dunreed Row had their headquarters. Oh, maybe that's what Hadrid House is. Maybe that's the headquarters of Dunreed Row. I kind of like the way this is with these tiers going down. It's a pretty cool looking area. But,
Of course.
so I will go into this place next, I suppose. But that is all going to have to be in our next episode, because that is it for this one. So, thank you for watching Josiah Plays. This has been Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity.